advice of you, y'all. So, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm about to go do a thing today. I'm not going to say what, but I'm about to go do a thing today. And so I'm getting used to going live. And so today's topic is stop cursing yourself. What do I mean? You might already know what I mean. Stop cursing yourself. And this is a problem that I actually have had up until very recently. I made the choice. Okay, so wait. Before we go forward, let's talk about what a curse is. So, when I say stop cursing yourself, people usually think of curses, especially with it being October, witches, warlocks, and stirring a cauldron and saying words. So, what a curse is a negatively charged affirmation against somebody or something or situation. And negatively charged, meaning not for the person's highest of interest, not for the highest good of a community, of a person, situation. So, when you are cursing yourself, you are speaking against yourself and the outcomes that are possible for yourself. I have become, y'all, my own worst enemy. And didn't even really know it. And so why would somebody speak against themselves or put negatively charged affirmations against their own being? One is programming. You hear things throughout your life. So one thing for me, and I was thinking about this yesterday, that I heard throughout my life, or not throughout my life, but I heard once. And it stuck with me from hearing it once because it was so shocking. Was that it was, you're so selfish, right? I can't believe you're this selfish. Wow. That has carried with me, and I just assume that anything that I want or desire is too much because I've been told that I am selfish. And so I assume that that's what it is. And so I'm trying to pull this together. I ain't writing nothing now. I just hit the go button. We here. So the world has told you what you should be, what you're able to accomplish, what you're able to do, not do, how big to be, how small to be, and then you take their words and you run with it. So because I was told I was selfish, I started to tell myself, if I'm able to, then I will. What does that mean? Because I was told I was selfish, I cursed myself by telling myself and speaking out loud, if I'm able to, then I will. If I'm able to help, then I will help. To prove, I'm about to freaking cry. To prove to the external world that I am not this thing that somebody told me that I motherfucking was. And how is this a curse against myself? Oh, you're just helping people. Overextending myself, doing the most, going out the way for people who wouldn't do a motherfucking thing for me. Just because. Subconsciously. And I think I just figured this out with this live. I just figured this out. If I'm able to, then I will. If I'm able to help somebody, then I will help. I will go out my way. I will inconvenience myself to help them. How is that a curse against me? Sometimes there's things I need to do. Sometimes there will be things that I would be currently doing, and somebody will call and be like, hey, Zena. Before I was Zena. Hey, Zena, come and help. Somebody ran out of gas. Somebody was being evicted. Somebody, needed somebody to talk to at the drop of a dime, and I would drop what I'm doing, which is building me, which is feeding me, which is energizing me, which is loving me, which is taking time with those that I love. because somebody told me very strongly at one point in time, I can't believe you're that selfish. That I made an agreement with myself. If I'm able to help somebody, then I will, regardless of what that does for me. So I've spent my life in servitude to people who are not even worthy of the energy and the good vibes and the good fortune that comes with me being present. If I'm able to, then I will. What agreement have you unknowingly made to yourself that is actually against yourself? It's a bomb ass example. I didn't even have that together. I was like, why did I mention that? And I told, whenever I come live, I'm like, Spirit, just lead me, guide me. I'm just gonna hit the button. I'm here for about 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna drop some bombs and then I'm out. I got things to do. I'm living my life. I'm walking my path. So when I say stop cursing yourself, it's that. It is a negatively charged affirmation against yourself to prove something to the external world that ain't got shit to do with you. That's the example like you gave me. If I'm able to, then I will. And so more common means of when it comes to cursing yourself. Limitations about how much money you can make, how you're gonna feel when you make it, the type of job you're gonna get, like it's all low. And so, what if we can talk about this? What if we can talk about this? Right now, it is manifesting so fast. Have you noticed? Have you noticed? And so I was at a point in my life, this was a few years ago, I was raging. I was raging against the machine. I did not like home, so I left home. I'm doing my little soul journey, traveling in my van. And it seemed like every single negative thing I would say would instantly manifest, like within minutes. Within minutes. There was one point in time I said the word STUCK. I ain't trying to say that shit, even though it's for an example. But one day I just feel like I'm STUCK in life, and I'm freaking tired of it. And guess what? I became STUCKN. Hours worth of traffic. Couldn't go nowhere. STUCK. It's like it's like a curse word, right? And so a lot of times you're not STUCK, but then when you say that you are STUCK, then you become that. And so luckily I had somebody who was with me who had saw in real time from the words coming out of my mouth to the situation occurring, gridlock, traffic, actually physically in that moment, at the moment I said the thing, STUCK. And she was like, you did this right. Because you were good until you said, and now the universe is showing you, this is what it's like to be that you thought you already were, that you weren't. So a lot of times, our negative programming, we live, hold on, wait, fuck programming and all this and that. This thing that we are experiencing as individuals and as a collective, this ain't no easy shit. Like, Earth is not a walk in the park, even though I be walking in parks, you know what I'm saying? But it's a very interesting experience to be here on Earth. And so it is very easy to have a collection, to stick into your bag all of these negative thought processes, all of these limitations, all of these things that people have told you that have stuck with you. It's so easy to fill your bag of bullshit that does not serve you. And so especially if you hear stuff, let's say if you grew up in a negative family household, and then you start hearing people talk to people, and the next thing you know, you're saying those things. And it's just like, and then you're like, yeah, I said what I said. So the point that I want to get to you guys is just how you can curse yourself by saying negatively charged affirmations against yourself, people, places, and things, against your circumstances, your ability to move, or to excel in life, you can do the opposite. Try this. Try this, especially if you are big brained. Brain. Like I'm headstrong, right? Headstrong. Look, I got my Aries thing going on, right? I got Jupiter and Aries, so I'm headstrong. But anyway, so try this. If you notice that you've been speaking very negative about yourself, to yourself, and even to others, I'm hungry, y'all. Try this. Try taking life slower, even your mental thought processes, and whenever something negative comes up, you're like, nah, that's not true. And this is what I've been doing with myself. I've been like, what's the best that can happen? Let's see, how good it can get. If you're in TikTok land, people are like, universe, show me how good it can get. But even like on a smaller level, you can say stuff like, I'm here. Like, it's going to be a good day. Today is a great day. I don't know who the fuck that was that popped in for a second, but I ain't like that. My words left me. It ain't been that way. You know what the fuck that was? I'm glad just wiped away. But you can even just wake up and be like, today is going to be a good day. Just because. And if you keep that with you, today is going to be a good day. Today is a good day. I'm amazed at how good today is. I am delighted in all the wonder that today has. And people is like, oh, we don't use wonder like that. But it's like, yeah, the day can be wonderful. Wonderful. And so this is what I've been doing, and I've been seeing that it works very well. Our words, our mouths create spelling for our lives because we are the authors of our book. Our words, our mouths can spell out the next step, be it good, be it bad. And it just is whatever you allow it to be. So it is, look, it's best to be your best friend, but sometimes you have to kick your own ass in order to realize that you don't fucking like that shit. And that's what I had to do. I was going through situations, speaking very negatively about me, about how much money I can make, about circumstances, about this, about that. And I'm literally kicking my own ass, verbally spelling negatively into my life, negativity into my life all the time, day in, day out. If I had a conversation with somebody, it was something limiting about what I think I'm able to accomplish, about who I think I'm able to be, even though people see me in a whole different manner, in a whole different light. And so I got to a point. Have y'all seen? Y'all remember? I know y'all seen Liar, 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 Liar. When Jim Carrey was in the bathroom and he stumped her and he said, "Owie!" And he looked in the mirror and he was like, "Owie!" And he started, beating himself up and doing all the things and smashing his face between the toilet. And then the guy walks in, just trying to use the bathroom. And he's like, "What are you doing?" And Jim Carrey was like, "I'm kicking my ass. Do you mind?" That's what it's like when you are cursing yourself, when you are speaking negatively against yourself. You are kicking your own ass. Do you mind? It's literally that. It's so that. It's unnecessary pain. Unnecessary pain and misfortune. Because you are choosing to not be good to you. That you're usually that you're honestly beating yourself up and causing delays because you feel as if that's what you're worthy of, and it don't have to be that way. When I say recently, I just started I just started being like, you know what? I'm gonna take my days a little bit slower, hence van life. I could be out right now exploring and my little camera and doing things. And I was just like, no, I'm gonna take today slow. I'm gonna hop on YouTube. I'm gonna do this YouTube thing. And I'm gonna go get breakfast and take it from there. And so with me taking things slower, with me taking life a little bit slower, it gives me the opportunity to when a negative thought comes up, I'm able to process it and be like, how true is this? Even if I feel as if it is true, I can speak otherwise. Something better. Something with a happier ending. And I can make that be so. I can make that be so. Because our words carry our essence, which is the breath. Sometimes people essences get a little stank. Sometimes they be alright. I'm playing. I'm playing. I'm just having a good time, man. So be mindful of the things that you say and take into account of, dang, if you really do speak negative, because things will start to manifest so fast, like just, woo, like you don't, you don't want to do it right now. I'm telling you, you don't want to motherfucking do it. You want to be your best friend. You want to be your best friend at this point in time. Y'all, I'm ready to eat. I feel my energy level being like, my stomach's growling. But you guys, Xena Electra Soul Evolutionary Guide. Take time with yourself, with your thought processes, and even listen to yourself talk. When you're by yourself and you're talking to yourself, I talk to myself all the freaking time. It's not weird. But take some time and listen to yourself talk. Listen to yourself even when you're in a group. You know, the things that you have to say, are you really positively charging the group with your essence, with your spirit? Or are you literally hurting them and yourself? Take time to really take into account what you're putting out into the universe. It comes down to personal stuff. You're putting it out there. And like I said, the manifestations are happening quicker and quicker and quicker. I was there at one point in time, the situation I told you about, when the STUCK word, right? And I was like, how come, I'm trying to manifest, I'm doing all the things, I'm doing my shadow work, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. How come the negative things always manifest instantly, but the positive ones take time? It's in divine timing. It's in divine timing. How come the negative shit just drops like that as soon as you say it, but the positive things take time? And it's because when you say something negative, you believe that shit. You believe it. There's no room for doubt. There's no cross vibrations. It's like yes and no, yes and no, yes and no. You know what I'm saying? You're not teeter-tottering. When you say something negative, you motherfucking mean that shit. And that's why it manifests so quick. When you say negative things, there's no contradictory vibration or thought process that goes along with it. But when you try to do the positive things, there's always this questioning and wondering if you're good enough, if it's going to happen. That's why it takes a long time. Once you become your best friend, once you learn, okay, I'm not going to curse myself by speaking negative situations about myself or not fully believing the thing that I say that I want. Once you realize that's what the fuck is happening, then you will do better. You will do better. You will do better. I promise. I spent years speaking against myself, seeing things not happen, and actually the opposite of what I want to happen started happening, and it didn't stop because I believe in the limitation. I believe in the sorrow. I believe in the sad ass storyline that I was painting, that things could not fucking happen for me. That's why negative things that we think and speak about ourselves manifest so freaking quickly, because there is no contradictory vibration, energy, thought process, or emotion. When you say something negative, you freaking mean it. When you say something positive, it's just like, Yeah, no, maybe so. I mean, it would be nice if, but how things usually go, it just don't really be. But it would be nice, but if, if we can, that's why shit be slow. That's why shit be slow because of all of that. The universe don't know what to do with all of that. It don't know what to do with all of that. What are you telling me? Do you want it? Don't you want it? But that thing that you have passion and anger and aggression that you feel strongly about. The universe is like, oh, whoop, got it. Whoop, there you go. Enjoy. Enjoy, baby, enjoy. That's the message. I thought I was about to hit the end button, and that just came above my spirit. I had to say it like that. I'm sorry if I got a little strong on y'all. I am a super fire sign. I got all the fires. Super fire sign. I be trying to be cool, but sometimes you can't be nice when you're saying something that's real. So, just listen to yourself. Just even take just today, just to listen to yourself, hear yourself a little bit deeply, and to see, wow, I'm really rooting for myself. Cheering, rooting, or you're here for your own downfall, and it's based on the words that you are speaking aloud and the thoughts that you are thinking in private. So you guys, day lecture here, Soul Evolutionary Guide. That was bomb. I just be letting the message do what it do. And even the examples come they may. And I feel like, yeah, that was great. Of course it was. Of course it was gonna be great. It was great. It was great. It was great. But Xena Electra Soul Evolutionary Guide signing out. I got some good vlogging that I'm gonna be sharing. But when I say, woo, I gotta catch you guys up to my now moments. My now moments is like, I want to share this. But I gotta catch you up on the Van Life vlogs. So we can get to this. But y'all, happy ascension all. Be gentle with yourself. And until next time, I'm signing out. Peace.